I am not going to retreat. I'm going to stand on top of this hill with every single one of you, and I know you're by my side as I formally announce my candidacy for the United States Senate.
The person who still won't say she lost her run for Arizona governor is now planning to run for Senate. For now, she's joining Democrat Ruben Gallego in the race, and current Senator Kyrsten Sinema refuses to say whether or not she's going to run for re-election. She has until April of 2024 to formally decide. Now, here's a little bit more from Kari Lake's speech.
If the Democrats keep the Senate, they will pack the Supreme Court. They will make Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico a state. They will legalize infanticide. They'll block President Trump's agenda. And so the stakes have never been higher. And President Trump needs some fighters along with him in D.C. I'm willing to go there. But I need your help to get there. Can I ask a couple favors of you? Okay, I need you to, first of all, turn off the fake news. Okay? Turn them off. If you have subscriptions to their newspapers, cancel the subscriptions, okay? They're anti-American.
Now, she also received an endorsement from the man whose rhetoric she was borrowing from, Donald Trump.
Hello, Arizona. I love Arizona. It's great to be with you tonight and with your next United States Senator, Kari Lake. We have to have a big, strong majority to help me push our America First agenda through, and to push it through really fast. That starts right here tonight by helping Kari Lake win in Arizona, and she will win too. She's an amazing woman, respected by everybody. Kari is one of the toughest fighters in our movement, and I am proud to give her my complete and total endorsement for the United States Senate. She is very special, with people like Kari fighting for Arizona in the Senate.
I don't know why that video looked like AI, but it did. It looked like a fake video of Donald Trump doing a fake endorsement. Now, of course, he says that she'll be the next senator. He's very confident in the fact that she can win, but the Republican Party isn't that confident. They don't share his confidence in this. And Politico reported that the National Republican Senatorial Committee has not ruled out endorsing Lake, according to a person familiar with its planning. Its chair, Senator Steve Daines, met with Lake when she was in D.C. He has said he hopes she will focus on the future and not elections of the past, obviously drawing attention to the fact that she refuses to concede that she lost her gubernatorial election. Although she did soften her rhetoric in her campaign launch event, Republicans are still concerned that her harsh language and her vehement attacks against her political opponents and allies is going to weigh her down in this election. From WAPO, while she met with a half dozen Republican senators, many of whom offered campaign assistance or asked to have their photos taken with her, conversations among aides revealed worries about current polling. One Lake advisor described being surprised by the level of freaking out by Washington Republicans. Now, as I mentioned, she softened her rhetoric a little bit. She's attempting to be more mature. She only mentioned one time during, which is insane to say that that's softening her rhetoric. She only mentioned one time that she believes the election has been stolen, and she didn't attack Democrats as un-American. But before we get in a little bit on what Kyrsten Sinema running as a third-party candidate, obviously we know she switched her affiliation from Democrat to independent recently. And if she chooses to run again as an independent, the role that she might play in this upcoming election. Jackson, the idea that Kari Lake can just give one softer speech and undo the years of insane rhetoric she's been espousing is patently absurd. And the Republicans are right to be afraid.
Yeah, as if she can just snap her fingers like Thanos and undo the digital age that we all are stuck in. But what kills me about Kari Lake or Mike Lumpy Pillow Lindell or anybody like that is how these people destroyed their good, perfectly fine lives, all for some shout outs and a couple cameos with Donald Trump. And how pathetic that really is. Like, Kari Lake does not ever need to run for governor. And if she did, she could have just ran a more normal Republican campaign if she was going to do it. Like, she's consciously choosing to do all of this, and now she can't escape it. She had a perfectly fine career. She was doing just fine. Mike Lindell's the same way. But she's not going to win. I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. But for her, getting that shout out from Trump, that I think that's really what drives her. I don't think she really thinks that she's going to become senator, but then again, she's crazy, so maybe she does.
She's definitely heavily motivated by praise from Donald Trump, who has been backing her. We covered a story about a month ago about potentials of Blake Masters entering the race and how Donald Trump called him and told him not to do it. And then how Kari Lake called him and berated him over the phone. But let's skip ahead to graphic 5 and let's talk about what happens if Kyrsten Sinema decides to run, because a lot of the conversation around this before was if she runs, it will hurt Ruben Gallego, the Democratic candidate. But the conversation has now shifted because of recent polling. Private and public polling has suggested that Ms. Sinema is viewed much more favorably by Republican voters than by Democrats. Those surveys indicated that Mr. Gallego would benefit in a three-way race. One of the private polls showed Mr. Gallego leading the race, in part because Ms. Lake appeared to be losing Republican votes to Ms. Sinema. It's from Chuck Coughlin, a longtime Arizona operative, according to people briefed on the survey. Mr. Coughlin declined to comment on specific findings in his poll, but said that while Ms. Sinema would be a significant underdog if she sought re-election, it would also be foolish to count her out. Although I will maybe be a little bit foolish right now and say that Kyrsten Sinema will not be senator again. I think that she will have to reckon with that fact and probably will not run. And then we won't be talking about the spoiler role that she's playing for the Republicans in this race, but it'll be a head-to-head against Kari Lake. But I mean, Jackson, we've been talking on this network about Kyrsten Sinema for a long time, and she has her own. She's driven by her own motivations, right? She's driven by wanting to hold on to power. So maybe I am being a little bit naive in saying that she'll see the writing on the wall and not run again. I mean, this is a woman who loves to be in a position of authority above others.
And I think even more than that, from my point of view, I think she's even more of an opportunist. I don't think she really cares about being senator. I don't think she cares about the state in any type of way. Clearly she doesn't. It's not even like I don't think she cares. She clearly doesn't. And due to the actions that she's taken, her voting history, the relationships that she has, she's not going to have any problem finding a much better paying job than being senator. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she just is. Like, senators raise all kinds of money, but she can get a much fatter salary in somebody's corporate office somewhere, which likely for her would just be like, well, I was senator for a couple of terms and now I'm doing something different. I think that's kind of more her than like, I want to be senator. I don't think she cares that much.
Yeah, I'll just end this story on a comment I saw from Octo Squiddies, who said, Kyrsten can go back to Napa and finish her wine fermenting internship.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.